Hey YouTube, this is Pump. We're back with a 20 Nokhud offensive on a Tyrannical week, and I wanted to showcase our route and some tips and tricks for Fire Mage on this dungeon. Starting out, pretty much everyone goes to Plains and lusts this big Pat pack. We get to go crazy on this pack. I think this is the second best starter pack in all of the Dragonflight dungeons. The only one that's better is probably Alcathar Academy. Here, I think we peak up to like 350k at the end of when everything's dying. But on a fort week, you could probably get up to 400k from our ignites lasting a little longer. In Algathar, I've gotten up to like 600k. But yep, um, our tank in this dungeon is pretty aggressive. He chain pulls a lot, uh, so we do have a pretty good tank. Um, well, I say that, but he does get us killed a couple times in the plains area, but we'll get over that when we get there. So here, these packs are just pretty annoying. Whenever Rain of Arrows is happening, we have to move a lot, and oftentimes we have to like micro move. So if we're hard casting a Pyro and Rain of Arrows happens, you have to just sacrifice it and walk out. So here, I double overlapped Rune a bit. I could have held the Combust a little longer. I should have probably held Combust for the next pack, but I wanted to. I didn't think he'd actually pull that fast. This guy was one of the more aggressive tanks I've had this season. So I speed this up a little bit. I always like to target the Planeskeeper, and then I kick Disruptive Shout every time. Here, Rally the Clan started happening. If you Fire Wave or Fire Blast, whatever it's called, Fire Wave, I think it's called. Definitely look to Fire Wave, Rally the Clan. If Rally the Clan goes off, they get a huge damage buff, and you're really sad. So here we're into this pack. We get a Rune SKB go. Oh, we get a hard cast Pyro into a Combust go. My bad. So we get the full nuts. So if you're in Rune, you can see Rain of Arrows can sometimes be hard to see if you're perfectly in your Rune. I definitely missed it there. I think I got clipped by one. Here we do our SKB go. Kick shout. We're chilling. Yeah, I kind of hate these packs starting out. They kind of suck. So here, I try and fire wave them off of Sanguine. If they're ever stuck in Sanguine, you look to try and fire wave them out so that they stop healing. Because as you can see, look how much Sanguine is healed in this pack. Sanguine literally healed 10 mil. That is pretty crazy. Some of these guys can't be moved by fire wave, but it's okay. Even bonking the littles out does help. And we look to bonk Riley the Clan from these pats. Other than that, not much to it. I do have a new trinket on. I have the Razageth trinket that does single target damage, so I definitely think I only run that trinket in single target. I think I'll change my trinket after seeing the damage at the end of this dungeon from it, but really good in single target. I also got Trophy in the bottom left now, so you can see what I'm casting and when I cancel stuff and all that sort of stuff. Here I have my Combust up, or not my Combust, my Time Warp, but I'm saving it for boss so that I can go hard on pull. Combust into our Fire Starter go. We're just building up to SKB. We get it. I opt to SKB with no rune because I know I'm going to have it in my full go. Now I combust immediately. Because I know I'll hit my SKB go during the middle of it. And here we do that. Fire Blast in the middle to keep up Feel the Burn. Normal stuff. So this boss actually does have something for fire. You want to try and micro CC, like Ice Nova and all that sort of stuff, the ad when it comes out. And you want to CC it onto the boss so your Ignite just constantly spreads. Like, you'll see I very rarely target the Saboteur. I kind of just let my melee deal with it because My ignites are ticking. Um, we lose quite a bit of damage if we would switch to the Saboteur overall. But yeah, this fight is rinse and repeat if your healer's good and doing the ballistas correctly. Speed it up a bit. Um, Not much to say. Rinse and repeat. So as for explosive, Fire Mage can help, but we don't like to do it. We like to let the healer try and deal with it most of the time. If you're in voice with your healer, usually they know when they need help. Like my healer says, I need help with explosive here, and then I look to help. But in pugs, kind of let the healer deal with it. Look to snipe explosives last second if they're gonna go off. But into this Stormkeeper pack, we target the highest HP guy. They all have a name usually, and then I look to kick their stuff, like Stormbolt. If you see these storm balls around, they actually are a DPS increase, just like on the boss, to pick them up. I see a lot of people not pick them up. See, like the warrior picks it up there, I think. But I think I walk up and pick this one up. Yeah, I do. So I'm out of juice here, so I just look to spam CC. I DB, I blast wave. You can see how brutal Sanguine is in some of these packs. You'll see how brutal Sanguine is in the plains area too. So I wasted an SKB proc there. I definitely could have held at 7 and gone to this next pack. It was a terrible SKB go. So we don't spell steal these guys. I don't actually. Actually, you might be able to spell steal them, but I think they might make your HP low. So biggest thing with this pack is spell stealing the primal storm shields when they do their shield. I'm not sure if it's an HP based thing. I think they do it when they're lowish HP, but if you spell steal this primal storm shield, it's pretty easy to pop up or pretty easy to notice when it pops up. Um, it's not only like a DPS increase because you're taking HP away from them, but at the end of the shield, if it's still up on you, it explodes and actually does like a decent chunk of damage. I didn't know that. So there, the shield pops up. I steal it. At least I think I got dispelled there, but maybe calm to your healer if you want to spell steal that. This pack is pretty boring. We're just targeting the big lizard guy, looking to steal Storm Shield. Healer instant spelled it there. I was slow to it. Because again, this is a pug, so I'm not coordinating much. I think I might get the other Storm Shield though. So it looks like they do it at 30% HP-ish. Oh, this guy isn't doing it though. Maybe it's time-based. Yeah, I don't think it's an HP threshold. I think they just might randomly do it. But yeah, definitely look to spells to that. Moving on to another totem pack. We always just target the guy with the name. Nothing much to it. We ruin into our SKB go. Look to kick Stormbolt when we can. Demon Hunter got it there. I could have picked up an orb here. Definitely should have looked to pick up that orb. The orbs do add up pretty quickly in the damage increase. Here we're holding Lust for the boss. I definitely waste an SKB go here. This is useless damage. Could have held at 7. I mean, I got lucky. He took a tick of Sanguine there, so I get a pad at least a little bit. I end up actually at 5 there. Because if it didn't heal from Sanguine, that was a useless SKB go. But now we're back into another totem pack. This is the last totem pack. Here I target the Storm Speaker for some reason, probably because I'm tired of not spell stealing the shield, and I really want to make sure I get it. But I think we might just nuke it down before it even does it. Yeah, he does. Okay, annoying, but yeah, definitely a random cast, so you have to be on your toes a little bit. But target the big guy, look to snap steal the shield if it happens. Speed this little pack up a bit. Just the same stuff. And then we're on a boss. This is a tough boss on Tyrannical. If your healer isn't good, this will be where your key fails most of the time. I say I'm lusting first ball here. I like to save lust for the ball when we get at least a little bit of buffs going. So we spread out. I think I try and pick up this ball. Yeah, you look to try and pick up at least one there. And then I'm building my fire starter, and I'm in my full SKB go with Pyroclasm proc. So we're going to own. I try and let my healer grab as much as possible. He's coin right now. He's putting out all his hots. We're chilling. I only pick up one here to continue my buff. I walk pretty far out to continue it. Still in my rune. We're chilling. Scorch Weave a bit. Nice. And I get another SKB go. My warrior is really good here. He walks out all the way to clear on me just before this pops. I think I wouldn't have done that. I make a mistake there. I double Phoenix Flames on accident. Because I was like, damn, good job, warrior, for walking out. So here we're looking to Spellsteal Energy Surge. If you Spellsteal Energy Surge right as it goes out, it takes a lot of pressure off of your healer. They are not always fast on the Dispel because they have a lot to worry about, just worrying about keeping us all healthy. It doesn't actually equate to any DPS increase for us, but it does help your party a lot to Spellsteal it there, relieve some pressure. So here I have to leave my room to pick up balls because I want to keep up my buff, or at least get something going. I'm only at 2 stacks right now. I rune in my go. Hoping a ball spawns on me. It spawns close. I walk up and I think I go get these 3. Yeah, I do. Nice. Lose a little bit of rune up time, but it's worth it because now I'm at higher ball stacks. Here I get kind of bad spawns. I'm too far. I blink. I decide I'm going to take some. Healer's okay. He gets to take some over there. He evokes. We're chilling. Clear early. And I hardcast, no rune. I could have held for rune here. I would have had it barely. Probably was better to rune there and wait. Spellsteal again. Looks really funny when you Spellsteal. So here I opt to not rune in this go because I bust up in one. I bust late. It's okay. Should have been scorching there. Back to picking up balls. And boss is dead. Job's done. Yeah, I should have ruined that go for sure. Played a little sloppy near the end, but we still end at 80k. That's respectable on Tyrannical weeks. I didn't abuse like 20 stacks of balls or whatever, 10 stacks, so looking good. Moving on to these packs. These packs can be rough if you don't know what you're doing. So I'm targeting the high HP guy, the guy who casts Deathbolt Volley. In my not pugs, I always try and communicate that I'm kicking Deathbolt Volley first. I block this Deathbolt Volley because I'm scared. We already have 1 DPS dead. I'm thinking it's probably a wipe at this point because he pulled the birds with this, and I was like, wow, that's a lot. So right there, I open with Scorch into bust. I think it's okay. Get my rune go with my Pyroclasm proc. We're gonna own. We're late to this damage party, but we didn't have bust up immediately, so we're doing okay. Now we scale to the top of DPS. I get my soul ripped. We're sad. It's far away. Well, you gotta be careful where your soul gets ripped to. It could definitely get ripped into a pat, and then you're really sad. But here I speed it up because these Sanguine heal. Same stuff over again. The pack's killed. It's just scary. We only do that 1 DPS down. So he pulls fast in this next pack. I still get my cast off, but I didn't rune. I just opt to combust a little late. It's good. Given the situation, I think it's okay. So here I start hard casting. I get my soul ripped. But the tank decides he's going to pull to Narnia, and I'm really sad now. I get LOS there because the target's too far away, and I missed like 2 or 3 seconds of combust. So that feels really bad. Could have been owning a lot more on this pack, but is what it is. So with these little orbs that spawn, it's actually not the end of the world if you eat one of them. See, like there I ate one and it did like a fourth of my HP ish. Overall, it's okay. We let a Deathbolt volley go off there. Ruined my SKB go. I micro move because that, but as you can see, cue the clown music. I greed my SKB and my Warlock runs into melee, thing that clears in melee, and he didn't see me. But uh, I don't die for it. It was mostly my greed. I think he could have seen me easily if I just started walking up more, but he did run. If he ran straight to me, we would have cleared, but he died. I didn't. It is what it is. Tank's just kiting around all the time. Health pot's on cooldown here. Hellstone's on cooldown. I barely live that quick shot. Oh, I cheat death. Okay. Sounds about right. Yeah, this pack was really sloppy just because he had to kite around all the time. I got Deathbolt volley there. Good on me. Rooted my SKB go. This is okay for an SKB. I eat that one. That one I think crit or something. It hit a lot harder. Did like 2/3 of my HP. But I do end at the top of DPS again, but I played pretty scuffed and I did get my teammate killed for sure. So here we're waiting on healer mana and then we're into this double pull. I don't have combust on pull. I start building up fire starters best I can. And then I do shifting power early. I don't get full value out of shifting power, but I know I need to get going on this pack. So I value that more. I do get a Pyroclasm proc. We're pretty happy about that. I switch targets here. Just doing as much damage as I can. I'm a little bit late here, so fill it with Ice Nova. Get my Rune SKB go. This pack's mostly dead. Or at least the guy I was targeting was almost dead. So right there, I got death bolted into one explosive going off, and I kind of got wombo comboed and one shot with no cheat death. So have to fly back, do the sad fly. They sustained after that because some of the pack was slowly dying, but that death still sucks. I come back here. When I fly in, I typically Ice Nova to break like my dragon. You can also Arcade Explosion. Arcade Explosion is probably a better button to put there, honestly. I also think I had some bad ice. I think I Ice Nova'd when I died back there, and I might have locked them in Sanguine. So right here, I see that Time Warp is coming up off cooldown. This is the lust for the entire party, and I'm so focused on trying to get it off on one of these packs that I don't realize that we're still sated. So I do a big goofball move and I lust only myself because I was like, in my head, I was just thinking, oh, a second lust. Everybody's got it. We're going to own. We'll have lust for last boss. We're looking great. But instead, I lusted a bit early because I wasn't looking at exhaustion. So big goof on my part. Missed out on lust for the entire party for this next pack, or even the end of this pack, maybe. Probably would have saved it for next, but yeah. You definitely want to lust last boss transition. Transition in the last boss is the scariest part. So fast forward through this, just sanguine healing, dodge orbs, finish this off. And then we're on to the last speaker pack. In my party chat I said drums this if you have because I'm like crud. I should have lusted the entire party, but no one drums. It's okay. Maybe I should carry drums myself if I mess up like that for the rare occurrence. So, Rune and SKB go. Normal stuff. Just watching the one bird frontal. The bird frontal can get on weird terrain and sometimes be hard to see. There, it's pretty clear. You can also interrupt it. You could DB it or whatever, but Optic Kick, Death Speaker, it's good. Just keep on kicking. As long as all these mobs are at a chant of death, we're fine. One mistake I've been making on this pack that I've now learned from is pressing Ice Nova when that Death Speaker is going off. You do not want to micro CC it in that little circle the Death Speaker does. If you do that, then all the mobs will get buffed, and you're really sad. Fast forward through this, just a little bit of Sanguine healing. On to another pack. The meta route has you kill a bunch of trash in this area and skip everything in the last area and just go straight to last boss after this third boss. Rune and SKB go after grabbing our soul, get a nice damage buff. Still doing tank damage just about because I'm late. In fact, I am doing tank damage. I was just late to that go. And I had a bad bust here. I bust late. Yeah, that was a terrible pull for me. See, my soul's far away, but I don't realize it. Have to walk all the way down here. Really sad. If you're not in, if your soul's ripped, you get a DPS loss. I don't know how much it is off the top of my head, but it's pretty significant. So now we're at percent. We're going to last boss. We got 13 minutes to kill this boss and the last boss. And the little 2-pack at the last boss. So we're on the third boss. The strat here is to typically stack for Gale Wind. If you're stacked all on top of each other, the tornadoes all go out, but they don't damage you. It makes a lot less dodging. So we calmed to each other that we're going to stack. I stack in melee, but the two range stack together, and I should have actually stacked on range here. Would have been easier for me. Start my SKB into full bust go. 18 seconds of my bust. We're owning. Dodging, dodging, dodging. And Earth Splitters in 3. Biggest min-max for this is to just see, like, I barely get my Pyro off there. So right as Earth Splitter is going to happen, you got to look at your bars and see if you could hardcast your Pyro or not in time for Earth Splitter. Earth Splitter will interrupt you and push you back, so... We're saving Lust for last boss. Last boss is the scariest. Aside from Storm Boss. Gale Arrow, we got a stack. I stack poorly here. Or I'm just not topped. I was just not topped there going on boss. That's why I cheat death. Quite a few of our party wasn't topped. I could have defensive that. I just didn't notice my HP was that low. But yeah, it does like 3/4 your HP when that Gale Arrow goes out, no matter where you're standing. So, I'm getting as much of my damage out as I can. I get my Rune SKB go now. I interrupt myself. Rune SKB. I get lucky with the ground placement. One of our DPS dies. He gets rezzed. And I died a double quick shot. Just bled out over 7 seconds and didn't have it hot out on me. I don't know if he was or what, but I could have. I still had mirrors up. I just wasn't paying attention to my HP there. You can get 2-shot by quick shot. I died over 7 seconds if you get double quick shot. So now we're flying to the last boss and doing the skip. If you follow my route, you'll skip it. You gotta be. I hug the outside there. Just be careful. Make sure not to pull the pat. And here we are at the 2-pack. This 2-pack's pretty simple. I do combust here. The beginning of the boss fight isn't scary. You can chill pretty hard, so I'm fine doing it. Uh, we're communicating what we're gonna CC in the intermission right now and what the strat is. I highly suggest doing the rock strat, and I'll explain the rock strat here in just a sec. So we kill off these two ads, nothing to do except dodge their frontal and dodge the charge, and here we are. So I miss my SKB proc because healer needs mana. It's whatever. We're also still figuring out our CCs, so we're in the boss. I combust on pull here because I get it back in time for intermission, and if I played Firestarter, like if I wanted to build up my SKB, I'm not sure if I would have had it back for intermission. We'll find out. So here, the first Iron Spear goes out. If you invis right as he starts casting, right here, if you would greater invis, he would not cast it and you wouldn't take that damage. That spear can straight up one shot you. I've seen it crit for like 400k, or maybe not even crit. It just might do 400k damage. So you have to pop a hard defensive. So you're going in there, you're pressing mirrors, or you're greater invising it, and you also have normal invis. So then we're back to DPSing until 60%, and I'm CCing blue here. So we've already calmed it. I poly blue. Here we go. Intermission. You could pre-target the ad beforehand, and then I'm just spamming poly. I just want to poly him, and then I'm ready to lust, and we deal with two at a time. Much easier to deal with so that we can deal with kicks. I cancel my cast there. These storms, or the little bolts coming down, are really annoying for hard casting stuff. Okay. Kick. We let one bolt go off. It's okay. We finish it off. And now we go to the rock. So for the rock strat, all you do is if you get the static spear, you go behind the rock, and when he charges to you, he can't kill any of you. Then you spread back out afterwards so that you don't cloud that area with bad. So the static spear's in 2. It goes on my Demon Hunter, and my Demon Hunter has no clue what he's doing. So he just stands in the open. He must not have known the rock strat, even though he's 2700 IO. No flame. Okay. And now we get our little swirly. We're keeping the rock area as clear as we can. This drops a storm. We're out of it. You should probably defensive that, I'd say. So, trying to stay in rune as much as we can. We have our escape ego. Opt to not. Here we go. Do I have to blink out of this? No, I'd get a go off. But I don't have a rune here because of the little storms. Goes on the Demon Hunter again. And again, he doesn't do the strat. And on top of that, he dies. So, that's rough. Still okay for now. And then he doesn't take this B-res, thankfully. And then my healer and the other DPS die to that upheaval because they were in the wrong area. That upheaval was really big hitbox. They looked out of it to me, but the soulstone was on the healer, and thankfully the DPS didn't take the B-res, and I get a own. So my healer gets the spear here. He doesn't do the rock strat again, just pulls in front. It's a bad charge. Maybe they're all panicking at this point because it's like, oh, crud, are we going to time it? I don't know. So we get our rune SKB go. Hopefully I don't get bolted. I do get bolted and I have to blink out. Sad days. Upheaval, we put the storms out of the way for the rock. Time to burn. Get my combust go. Get SKB. Spears in 7. Spear goes on me. And I wait for the cast. I greater invis, and he does not cast it, and he doesn't pull you either. It is so clutch. There's a lot of classes that can do that if they can get themselves out of combat instantly. Rogues are the main one that come to mind, but really clutch. And then we kill off the boss. And you want to see a gamer block? Boom! I get my hard cast and a gamer block, and I'm out of it. Then we kill the boss. Ended it with style. And we time it with 40 seconds left. Pretty clean run. Third boss area was a little sloppy because tank pulled really aggressively, but that'll do it for this video. If you want to see my overall damage profile and where a lot of it's coming from, here it is. Turns out it's a lot of ignite in fire's current state. So yeah, thanks guys. If you have any suggestions, leave them down below. Catch you in the next video.